All right, I'm Coach Ron, lead instructor for life preservation tactics, nonviolent answers to violent situations, and we're going to start as a component of life preservation tactics. Contact combat is violent answers to violent situations. So as I've repeated in other videos, I want you to have both skill sets and everything in between, because we do not know what situation we'll be in, but we need to have these options and be ready, okay? So we're going to be shoulder width apart, and we're going to warm up today. We're going to continue that class at, on the video. Check out last week's video and our current video released every Thursday at 1 p.m. And we're going to go over elbows. So let's continue to warm up our shoulders. And what we're going to do is just go, we're going to always have our guard up extra high, whether it's fists or open hands, and we're going to slightly tuck our chin, just slightly. We're not looking like this, but this is an aggressive state of protection and defense, okay? So we're going to bring our right elbow up as high as we can, and then the other. Okay, 2 movements, 1 count. And I want you to vocalize today. When I say ready, you're going to yell, be strong. Release that adrenaline. Ready!
Be strong!
And 1. So left, right, then left. 2, just stretching. 3, let your body mechanics move. Your hip and hip. 4. 5. 6, 7, vertically, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Now let's go horizontal elbow, and use your body mechanics. Just really relax and turn into the strike, looking forward. And I said, especially for the parents out there that have children, you want them to do chores, wipe off that countertop. So 2 movements. Coming back to guard, and 1 count. When I say ready, you say be strong. Ready!
Be strong!
And 1, 2, 3. Keep the other hand up for that guard. 4. Nice and smooth. 5, 6, 7. Knees are slightly bent. 8. Exhaling. 9 and 10. Excellent. Let's go continue in our warm-up. So we're going to do this spear elbow and then same arm. Okay? So up and horizontal. Okay? So we're doing the horizontal. We're doing up elbow here. So if I were facing the camera, it's up, cut, up, horizontal, okay? So here and across. That's 1 count. We're just doing the right arm only. When I say ready, you say be strong. Ready?
Be strong!
1, 2. Hit the chin, hit the jaw, okay? Target placement, 4, and last one, 5. Up high, here. Now opposite, left arm. So we're going to hit that chin again, vertically and across. Okay? Ready?
Be strong!
And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Now our last warm-up movements. This is just our movements. We're going to do opposites. So we're going to go right up, left horizontal. Right up, left horizontal. So right up, left horizontal. And always protect your face, okay? Basic guard, keeping up here and understanding your defense. You can progress to having it out further or even down here or up here, but you should always have the reflex to come up for defense. Okay, just right arm up, left arm across. 5, ready?
Be strong!
1, 2, visualize hitting that jaw. 3, 4, bend the knees a little bit. 5, protect your, okay, now the opposite. We're going to go left up, right across. So here, left up, right across, or if your other foot was back, right across. We're at a shoulder width stance. Okay, ready?
Be strong.
1, 2, get a stretch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Did an extra 5 on that one. Sometimes you feel good. And I was working on my body mechanics. When you're doing things at home and it's feeling really good, you know, go into that, all right? So now we have those combinations. And we're doing a basic warm-up. What we're gonna do is go from a shoulder width apart, bring that right leg straight back. We don't wanna have, as I go in the camera, a surfboarding or lining up the heels. We want space, and we don't wanna come too far back. We want a natural stance in life preservation tactics. And the length of your stance, the width would be shoulder width apart. Ball of the foot just outside your shoulders. This is like a resting stance. It's kind of natural when you're really just relaxing for a long time. You know, you don't want to be too much up high here. You want your knees slightly bent. But the length of it is the walk of your gait. That's how you know where your stance is. You get attacked, you should be able to fall into this natural stance that it's the correct distance for you. So from here, as I go to the camera, I just step back approximately behind my heel, my left heel. My right toe is about 2 to 3 inches. Then I turn the foot and I bend the knee and I emphasize pushing on the ball of my foot, not the front pad, but the ball of it. So my knees pull in a little bit. So from here, right leg back, angle, and bring the balls of the feet and bring your knees in a little bit. So here in front of the camera, here, straight back, turn, here. It may feel awkward for people that are just starting, but just practice it and you'll get that procedural memory going. Okay, so right leg back, fighting stance, and we want the elbows in, and we're gonna really focus on protection. Why are those elbows, those forearms here and your hands up high? Okay, because you can pull them down, and we'll go into that later. So now we're gonna do a series, and we're done with the warm-up. Should be very lubricated and flexible right now. So we're gonna go left, spear, and now we're not gonna go way up. You wanna impact, if you're in a mirror, you wanna impact from the chin through the nose. So you wanna hit through the chin and go through the nose. We don't need to go Ryukin and hit all the way through like on Street Fighter, all the way up here, because you just need to have that impact. Now we're doing with the lead arm, so that's a quick one. So from here, and be careful of your fingers. You don't want to hit your eye, okay? So you're going to go left, and then you come back down, and as you're coming down, right elbow here, and then back. Up, up, and across, okay? 2 counts. So this is 1. Check your form. Where's the other hand? Then set up. What you did is you hit somebody here, and then you come across, and you're either hitting the chin, the cheek, or the temple. Depends on their height and your accuracy, okay? So this is 1 with me, 2. Okay, just go with my cadence. 1. Check yourself. Where's your other, the opponent strike back when you're hitting, and 2. And back. 1, 2. 1, 2. Another side note on this, when you're hitting up, chin, up through the bridge of the nose, and this comes across, you're hitting, let's say just the cheek to the other side of their face. We don't want to this is wasted movement unless you were running away. That's why you would go further than just the impact. But if you were in a fight, to be efficient, you make the impact hit through with power so you can come back and hit again. Okay, 5 more, and 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Okay, let's do 5 with 1 count. So it'll be contact, contact. Okay, when I say ready, you say be strong. Ready!
Be strong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So now we have that combination. You can mix this up with up elbow, across, cut down, angle up, back elbows, which we haven't gone over yet. We'll do that next week. So now you have these in close to medium range striking. As I said in last class, elbows are not meant for long distance. There is the jumping elbow, flying elbows. It's rare. If they were that far away from me outside of sport, for combat, I might as well use a front kick or push and then go get a stick or weapon or get out of it, you know. Be efficient with your movements. So now we have violent answers to violent situations. So let's go into life preservation tactics, which are nonviolent answers to violent situations, okay? So now you have this efficiency of coming up, and I'm going to come up to this camera, and I went up and I was strict in my form, and I was strict on this form, right? Exact angles right there. So up, here. Now I have all my guard. Why am I having my guard there? And then what I want to do is be able to minimize the time we want to have our other arm up. We want to be with a defense mindset. So with the nonviolent answers, what we want to do is take these elbows and now apply them to boxing, kickboxing, MMA. What they do is they do a wing defense. And I actually add a framing to it, or bringing that elbow down here, and now you're guarded. Why would you learn just to defend? Why shouldn't you just hit all the time? Well, the answer to that is it may be a situation where you're not allowed to hit. We're not allowed to hit at that moment. Or maybe you're in a position at a job where you may be justified in hitting them. You may be a student at school, but you want to show mercy, that you could have elbowed them, but they chose to hit you, and you framed and you used these elbows in your forearms as defense, but you showed mercy to that person. And then they can have the judgment of the school, the job, the situation, the law, and you can show them that you could have done more damage, but you chose to protect yourself, thereby showing that you preserved their life and your own. And it takes a higher skill to do less damage, if not at all. So what we want to do is understand when we're doing these movements, we have the same body mechanics and understanding, and it's not a whole completely different set of rules. What you're still doing is you're bringing your forearm into positions of defense in the same manner, but you're being aggressive. When I elbow strike to elbow guard, to elbow strike to elbow guard, it's about the situation. And we've been in that. I was bullied when I was young. Okay? So let's have a situation where let's demonstrate this. Let's have a student come on up. So facing me right here. So let's throw the most common punch. It's a haymaker, just a wild punch. The reason we train in that, if you want to watch videos or you've seen it, I've seen that in street fights, and that is the go-to throwing hit, right? It's just swinging, and they're usually hitting from here. So we're going to ball up, and then we do this. Go ahead, and boom, right? So if I were doing a violent defense on that, and he does that, I can go boom, 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 and just keep hitting. So I framed up here. I came in with the wing block with the intent of hitting. Boom. Here. And then elbow. I could do that. Now the same situation, or a similar one, I'm in the hospital. I'm a worker there. I'm not security. So I got to protect my face and just care for my own life. So that person does the same thing here, and then instead of hitting them, I get to a safe side, either hold them, hug them. In a court of law, now you go, they said, what did you do with that patient? And I said, well, you're going to have to arrest me for hugging. Okay, so you're hugging, and I'm on the flank in the back. I put my head here, and I back away. Okay, so that shows you, thank you very much, that shows you two different situations with a similar movement. I didn't have to learn a whole set of skills here and another set of skills. Your reflexes, your procedural memory is the same. It's just the intent. Now you have different intent for different situations. So we're going to get back in line and face, line up. Okay, so let's go over that. We went with our last movement, we went spear elbow up, right horizontal, right? Now we're going to use that left elbow, spear up. Now you turn and expose more of your musculature here, okay? These are bones. That's why you impact with the bone. Now you're guarding, and you got the muscles on the side of the arm. You have your lats, your back muscles here, and your side of your shoulders, okay? And you want to grab the back of your neck. It's called your C1 or atlas, your vertebrae, and you're grabbing further, completely cover that part, okay? So let's just work on that. So when I say one, you're going to come up, just like the elbow, but you're going to come up higher, and you're going to wrap, and you're going to put this forearm into your temple, right? So you can have your other guard here, and down. Okay, with me. When I say ready, you say be strong. Ready?
Be strong.
And one, come up. Good. And as you can see, it's up higher. Now I'm thinking about this vertebrae, these two actually. Your C1, your C2. Here, the other hand's up and down. Two, come up slow and down. And cradle it. Maybe you've slept like this. You know, you put your head in a pillow, right? And then down. Three. And down. Keep going. Four. And down. Five. And down. Six. And down. Seven. And down. Eight. And down. Really lean into it. Just rest your head right on your forearm, just like you're sleeping in bed and you decided, or watching TV on your side. And down, last two. 9. And down. And 10. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is add that extra frame. So you go here, and all you're going to do is grab in front of your head, and your forearm is just resting on your forehead. So you have created more, and you don't want space here. You don't want space. You want it touching your forehead. Okay? And it should be impeding your vision a little bit. And that's okay, because all you're doing is you're covering. Think of cover. You're creating a cover. When we react, when an attack comes, everybody's natural, and let me talk about a bee. A bee comes to you, people don't usually go, I've never seen them just go, oh, look, a bee, right in your face. They go, you bring your hands up instinctively. All we're doing is your natural reflex in a refined manner. So we went up, grab, two. This may not happen like this in a real fight. You might just bring your arm up and the other hand up, but that's for you to refine. Ideally, we want to do this, and now you have multiple points protected. My shoulders are up here. And we're not just going to stay there, okay? This is practice. In a real situation, you just don't go here and they start pummeling you. You go here, and then you can do something in back way. But let's do this. We're going to go 1, 2, and down. 1 and 2, down. Let's even bring our arms down like a real situation where you didn't know this was coming. 1, rest it, elbow up high, tuck your chin. 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. Let's do 1 count together, all at the same time. Visualize that a strike came in, okay? So this is for a fist. It's not a baseball bat. I mean, there are better ones for a baseball bat, doing the spear hand up and wrapping. But if your hands come up, they're just going to come into a position in a high pressure situation. I just want your arms to come up, okay? So when I say ready, you're going to say be strong. We're going to go just like that, okay? Ready?
Be strong.
1, 2, get in your fighting stance. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, back to shoulder width apart. We're going to step into it. We see an attack coming at us. We're coming, so we want to meet it. Notice I turned my body. I went here, and I have soft portions. This is striking bone to bone. You want to impact with a violent answer, are your bones. Fighting, I've seen, is matching bigger bones to smaller bones. This is a bigger bone than the jaw, rather, and smaller targets, and bigger muscle groups to smaller muscle groups. That gets deep into grappling, weapons, everything. So when I'm doing this is an attack, it's straight, but here it's, now you have softer portions, okay, or points of contact. So we're going to be at shoulder width apart, and we're going to go into the strike, okay, into it. Okay, just 5 of them. When I say ready, you say be strong. Ready?
Be strong.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what you're going to do different is you're going to step and lean away and do it. So instead of going into it, you're going to go back. Ready?
Be strong.
Shoulder width apart, and 1, 2, look out the corner of your eye. 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. So let's have another student come up, and you're going to do that same swing. So with here, that big swing or any strike, think about this. They want to ideally hit here, or with an impact hitting here. This is their power arc, okay? Everybody has maximum power at a certain distance. Now there's 2 ways to handle this. I could just frame up here, or, and they go again, or I could go in and it disrupts the power. Or they throw again, maybe they completely miss or they just graze. So when they throw, you're either going to do this or they come in like that. And I'm not saying, thank you very much, I'm not saying that it won't hurt. I'm saying think about minimizing power against you. And anyone that ever went to a batting cage or swung a bat, you know there's a sweet spot on there, and you hit things correctly with a golf club, you can feel the power going into it. If you hit it wrong, you're going to feel it reverberate through the bat. So if you are on the wrong end of that hit, the optimal power of that attack, it's going to be bad for you. This is better, but the best thing is actually not to get hit or to minimize the power. If you go into it, that means you should be able to grapple, grab, and get to a better situation on the side, okay? So that ends that portion. We're going to take a break, and we'll continue, all right?